there's the game. Yes, delighted. Stephen McDonald 2556. Such odd subs, Rio. Do you know what? I think every Man United fan would have watched that game, and when Casemiro came off and Euro came on, everyone would have been thinking, "Wow, didn't see that one coming." But you can't argue with it. Got us through, made us solid. Didn't really have any chances, did they? Made us solid. You had a centre back playing right back. It's just that Casemiro, when your back's against the wall, he's one of the ones you want out there. But maybe he's saving some of his energy for games coming up in a busy period. I don't know. But yeah, I think everyone was a little bit like, all my text and WhatsApp groups were going around going, what happened there? But it's a lovely start to the festive period, I've got to say, guys. I think Steve's got to be reminded, guys. I think Martin Jerry 7159 is true. Man United didn't ruin Xmas. They didn't ruin the Xmas, the festive period. It's good. Steve, do not forget that, mate. Do not forget that. Got to say, Heaven was solid today, man. Really strong performance at centre back. Like I said, he dealt with everything that was thrown at him. Really good. United Mellow. It's clear to see that Martinez is a leader, future captain. Important 3 points. Yeah, you can see Martinez. You wouldn't be surprised if he became captain of this club, if anything happened to Bruno. I just think he's got a really good way about him, Martinez. Speaks really good English. I was at the training ground the other day and I was a little chat with him, nothing too deep, but really impressed with his English. There's a steeliness, there's a confidence about him. He even messaged me, to be fair, saying, "Listen, you should come more often. Love to see you down here more often." He's one of those. I think he wants to cultivate. He wants to help try and create that a better atmosphere and a clear atmosphere at the football club. I really like him. I mean, I've said a lot of people kind of call him out. He say, "Is he big enough for a centre back, etc." I'll tell you one thing: he's not lacking, and that's a personality and character to be a top player. That man, got to say, Lemens, the goalkeeper. I've always said it. The goalkeeper starts all panic in a football club, but he can also be the first person that starts the calmness. And Lemens has brought that calmness to the football club. He's done that absolutely. He has come and absolutely steadied the ship in terms of just at the back line. And we look calamity at times. Can't even deny it. We've looked calamity over the last few years. Not just in terms of the goalkeeper, but in terms of like the shape of the team, the confidence in the back line, or the lack of it. People making rash, bad decisions. Not that it's perfect right now, but it's just it's a lot more steady. That's the key word. Rio Ferdinand presents have asked, what do you think about Man United's shape back four, Dorgu at right wing? Do you know what? I weren't sure when it started. What I will say, I think Man United will let off the hook because I think I'll be stunned if I'll be stunned if Newcastle aren't looking at their big number 9 and Eddie Howe's not looked at him and gone, do you know what? Let's see their team sheet come in. If they play Martinez and Shaw as left-sided centre-back and left-back, we have to play on that. They didn't. I just don't understand it. Big players used to play on Patrice Evra. I'm not saying they got anything out of him, but it's like there's a reason why you do that a lot of the time. If you've got a physical advantage somewhere on the pitch, surely you've got to hone in on that. That's one thing I was surprised with Newcastle about. I think it's good to see Man United get a result like that. Grind out a 1-0. I think there's been a lot of results lately that have been really kind of like loads of goals, glitz and glamour, a bit show busy. You score, we score. Let's just go on a shootout, which is good for the fans. It's been good to see, and I think that's entertaining. That's what you want. But sometimes as well, you want to get a gritty 1-0 in there as well, just to let people know you can grind it out. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Cunha develops, in this team. And Maharshi Verdict 497. Without Bruno, we look like we're always with 10 men. I wouldn't say we're 10 men, but we just don't have that quality on the pitch, do we? I said to you before, we went and done the interview with him last week, a couple of weeks ago, and we obviously you do the research and you look at his stats, and you just like you can't get away from the fact that the guy is the most productive man in the Premier League, and outside of probably Haaland. He just creates openings. He scores goals, but wherever he is on the pitch, if I'm a centre forward or a wide man or attacking player, or someone who runs into attacking positions for Man United, when Bruno Fernandes is on the pitch, you must feel you've got always got a chance to get in on goal, or you're going to get a pass and put you in a really good positive position to go and hurt the opposition. Must be a great thing, and they didn't have it today. And again, you don't have someone like Bruno in your team. You've got to find another way to win. And I think that's what I like about Man United's performance today. It wasn't their best performance. It wasn't the most attractive performance, but they got the job done without the captain. And I think before this game, I think they had 7 opportunities to play games without Bruno Fernandes, and they hadn't won one. So to do that against Newcastle, I think is a really good result. I mean, Newcastle aren't in the top 10, but they've still got a very, very good squad. And they're a hard team to play against. So, as I said, if you're a player at Man United now, especially at Le Mans in the back four, to keep a clean sheet at Old Trafford at Christmas, ain't many better things you want coming out of the cracker than that. Really good. Good to see. Abdi Youssef, 3 points, I'll take that. Afro Insights, Leacher and Heaven have been superb. I mentioned that, guys. You must be listening to me, man. Both of them I thought were top today. Heaven, for a young kid, I think performed really, really well, solid, went about his business in a really, really good, quiet and really, really robust fashion. Quite a lot of crosses came into the box, just dealt with it. Thought we got Ugarte off the ball was really good today as well, covering a lot of ground, covering spaces. But Dorgu on the right wing, wow. Scores a lot of goals from that place. All his goals come from that place, to be honest, yeah. He looked dangerous today. He looked like a little bit more, I don't know, silky. Maybe because he could go both ways and come inside and go on the outside as well if he used his pace. I don't think Dorgu, I think he's an interesting one. Yeah, I agree with some of the fans when you hear them talking about him. Does he possess the quality with his delivery in the final third? Yes, that's something he's got to learn on, but that's something that I think can be developed. I think that's the onus is on the coaches. When you look at him and go, where has he got improvements? Definitely with the ball in the final third. But I think you've got to show him them looks in training, reps. He's got to do reps and reps and reps. And I think you've got to take down the amount of options that he should have in his mind when he gets in those positions. Tell him, I want either something flashed across the 6 yard box, or I want it cut back to the penalty box, to the penalty spot, or a little dink to the back post. You've got 3 options. Don't think of anything else. Just go in there and do one of those 3 things. Simple as. What I think is when players like him, when it's run over complicated, that's when you see the worst of them. I think in between the boxes, I think he's brilliant. He's athletic. He can play 1-2s. He passes and runs. He identifies good spaces to get into and run onto things. In his own box, I think he can improve defensively. And there's a lot of similarities about Patrice Evra for me, I've got to be honest with you. And if he can improve the way Patrice did after Patrice's first few months at the club, he's got a very good chance. Good goal as well. But you've got to look at it. It's a good shout, Kelsey here. Shouting in. Lemens 23, Euro 20, Heaven 19, Frederickson 20, Fletcher 18, another Fletcher 18, Dorgu 21. Respect to the young lads for stepping up. It's true. That's a young. We finished the game there with Lemens 23, Euro right back at 20, Heaven centre back 19, Frederickson at 20. Some very young players in the back line that. Let's hope they can keep on improving. Let's hope they keep on improving. And in 2 or 3 years, we look back and go, do you know what we saw when this was being born out? Never saw it being this strong. But wow. Because very rarely do you see like back lines just become like automatically like, wow, look at that. It's normally it does take time. These things do take time. So hopefully that's going to be the same thing with these guys. But Bazinga 777, Mason Mount will miss will be huge. Please tell me it's a little niggle and he's just taking care of himself and it's nothing too bad. I really hope it is because Mason Mount, I mean, listen, I was watching him in the last few games and just thinking, wow, imagine if he'd have been fit for the whole time, the improvement I think in this team would have been huge. There's no coincidence, all the managers that he plays for love him. He's a real player, probably. Even today, I watched him in the first half today, a couple of times the ball come into him. And in today's game, the ball comes into people in them central areas in the middle third, just going into the attacking third a little bit. And the ball come across from the left, square ball. Normally, them players are getting that ball now and turning back out, going back to the centre back or going back out to the other side to the full back or whatever. As soon as the ball come into and I saw it, I was almost thinking he's going to play that forward. And it's an easy ball on the eye when you look at it. But not many players are playing that in these days today. The ball come across straight into the front man, in round the corner, attacking play now. It's just those little things, I think, as I said, that are just, he plays with a little bit. He ain't the riskiest of players all the time, but then when the ball goes into areas where you go, go on, he makes good decisions like that. So, they say 2-2-4-3. Euro done well when he came on. Yeah, he did. Solid. Again, very, very solid. I mean, him and Dallo were getting tested down that right hand side back end of that second half, and they weathered the storm, and nothing come of it. Um, but yeah, man, it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult these games in them little bore draws. Sometimes it's hard to stand out. I mean, them little boring 1-0 wins. It's hard to stand out sometimes when your teammate playing free flowing football. But as I said, they'll be in that change room now, and they'll be screaming, shouting, "Go on, come on, we're on a roll! Fifth in the league, by the way." There's all this doom and gloom about Man United, and Man United, I'm sure, I just saw fifth in the league, and I haven't even really played really, really well yet. Manager, if you were to be the manager in the press conferences that he's had this year, you would think Man United are 13th easily. The way that he is approached by the media, the way the media approach him is like he's about 13th in the league. When anyone else has an uplift from what were we last year, 16th, 17th, whatever it was, to being fifth right now, people will be saying, "Wow, what a job he's doing! What a job he's doing!" But it's just when it's Man United, it's different. Everything gets scrutinised. I'm a part of that in some way in terms of scrutinising the team and looking at the details more than others. Yeah, that is true. But the mainstream media, they do it as well. You think to yourself, wow, it's such a depressive type of narrative that is being put around Man United at the moment when there are improvements that have been happening. It's just been, I know there's been some games where you go, we expected to do better here, expected to do better there, but Man United are in a position where you can really expect that they're going to do this, that, and the other in terms of real positive churning results after results. There's going to be inconsistencies because that's what Man United have been, and that won't change overnight. The balance of the squad isn't great at the moment. If United can get a midfielder and someone on the left in January, United can get top four. Why do we need someone on the left? Left wing back. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I mean, Dorgu's now in the last few games staking a claim and saying, listen, they played right wing today, but he has been improving. But I think the manager wants a winger in one of the fullback positions. You want a winger rather than someone who's a defence-minded person first. I think another midfielder would be good, I think, as well. Add that competition in there. Could maybe push Bruno further on. But it's going to be interesting to see who you can get. And I think, this again, January windows aren't easy to buy players in. Semenyo's on everyone's end of everyone's tongue at the moment. But they're saying City at the moment. The other day it was Liverpool were favourites. Man United have been in the mix. Let's see how that plays out. But again, Semenyo, where's he going to play? He's not going to take Cunha's place. Is he going to play left wing back? Is that what they're saying? Has he played there before? Is that his game? Another thing. No, we've got to see. Matthew Wardele, 8187. Rio, what's your take on Martinez today? First start and we have a clean sheet. Recently, we don't do business in Jan. Going to a change, what's your priority position, Rio? Yep, I thought Martinez was brilliant. Wore the armband today. You can see, like I said, I was at the training ground last week. You can see it. He's got leadership skills, strong, solid human being. Um, very, very good word and demeanour about him. Positive, confident. Um, and yeah, and I'm looking at it in the window. Where are we going to do business? Where are we going to do business? Where are we going to buy? I don't know. Semenyo's been on everyone's lips at the moment, but I'm not sure. I think they'll go in centre midfield maybe. And it depends who they get out. I see Zirkzee, they're talking about maybe going out on loan to Roma maybe. They might have to get another attacking player in, I'm not sure, especially now Mason Mount's got a little injury. It looks like today. It depends how serious that is. Um, what's going to happen with Kobe Mainu? Is he going to be allowed to go out on loan or are they going to sell him? I think there's big factors that are going to determine who we bring in. MK86829. Rio, have we got it wrong with the Cisco signing again? I don't know, man. I'm not sure. He does some decent little bits where the ball goes into him and he lays it off and gets people on and gets the team up the pitch. But I think he needs to cut the goals, man. Like every striker, they need the confidence, don't they? He needs a couple of goals. He had one today. I think he thought he was offside when he got 1v1. He shifted it and hit it with his left foot. He could have took. He could have done more with that. I just thought his lack of confidence. He thought he was offside. And when forwards are like that, you never really see the best of them. They just need a scrappy goal. He needs one of those scruffy goals that going off his shin, and the team get a bit of momentum. He needs a couple of factors to help him. I think the team to start winning consistently, and then him to get a little scruffy couple of goals, and then he'll be on his way. I think there's something there. I think because physically, I won't want to play against him. He don't look easy to play against physically. And I think if you can get some good ball into him, that's the key. I think getting some good ball into him, giving him those touches. I think that's important for him. I wouldn't give up on him now, not at all. There's loads to come from him, I think still, but I think we have to give him the best chance. We have to put balls into the right areas. We have to play to his strengths. That's what you do with your number nines. You don't buy a number nine. We don't buy Ruud van Nistelrooy and start playing balls like saying come into the number 10 position and drop deep and start taking people on, please. That's what we need in our team. No, we say, Rude, get in the box. That's where we bought you. You're our deadliest finisher around. So we're going to keep playing balls into those areas. Do you know what I mean? Same thing with Louis Saha. Great football, great number nine. We weren't asking him just to be a fox in the box. We need him to run defenders all over the place. We need him to run defenders into areas they don't want to go. So we put balls in those areas. If he's not there, you play balls into those areas and say, go on, get it. Go on, make it hard for him. Right, it's mad. That's what you do. Maybe we don't do that enough. Akash K0210. I'm happy we got the 3 points, but it was mega cringe to see Newcastle pepper our goal box at Old Trafford. I don't like how our levels drop when Mount goes off. Listen, I don't like when people start to keep talking like we're Man United of old. We're not. If we're going to nick a 1-0 result at home against Newcastle, I'll take that right now. If it means building, it's building blocks. Again, Bruno, the captain, isn't playing. Mason Mount then goes off injured. There's no coincidence. Second half, we drop off, and all of a sudden, we start conceding possession, conceding opportunities. Not big ones, but possession. And they were grinding us down, Newcastle, and really putting us under a bit of pressure. But at no time did I think, oh my God, they're going to score. As much as they did have good pressure on us. I mean, Lamens looked confident. He looked comfortable. Came out when he got a bit too close to the goal. Comes out, claims a couple of balls in his 6-yard box. Like, let's not try and make out like we were they were smashing balls at the goalkeeper and he's having loads of saves to make. Do you know what I mean? I think they might hit the bar. I think they hit the bar. But that was early in the second half, I think. But I don't think Lamens had like 8 or 9 saves to make. Do you know what I mean? But they were getting in and around our box, putting the balls in the box and asking questions of us. But we answered those questions. That's what I like to see. But I think with Martinez back, do we need to go and get a left wing back? Unless the manager doesn't think that Luke Shaw can do enough running and at a high intensity with his age now and his body, the way it's been, has he got the capacity to do that? Young Luke Shaw, when he was flying, would have been made for it. Would have been perfect. Taylor Joe 18 asking about Luke Shaw there. But guys, man, I hope you continue to have a good festive period, man, and you just keep enjoying it. I think it's been I said I've loved it. I've had a great time with family. Loads of beers, Guinnesses, brandy, chinging away, and just eating so many plates of food. And you know what it is? Not even the plates of food. They're massive. They're bigger than normal, right? But it's the stuff around it. It's like I said, the packs of sensations. Like what's? Do you know what does my head in about sensations? You don't really ever eat them I don't think I've ever eaten them out of the bag. They're always thrown because there's 3 or 4 packs that go into it in a bowl. Just like you bang a pack in a bowl, you're doing that, not even looking at it. Then all of a sudden, someone walks past and bangs another one in there, and before you know it, you've done 3 bags between you. It's crazy. And then you get onto the chocolate biscuits, and you don't mess about with them because a couple of cups of tea come out as well. So that means there's probably 8, minimum 8 getting thrown in then. And then I like a bit of fruit. Also, the dessert that I've saved from earlier comes into play later on. The apple crumble. Oh, or the sticky toffee. That gets smashed up as well. It's unreal, seriously. I just don't stop. And then you've got the little late on, especially when you've had a bit to drink, the little like the savoury taste buds start appearing, don't they? They start doing their jobs and doing their rounds. Like, where's the cheese ball at? Where are the crackers? I mean, where's the little bits of turkey that were there earlier? Start sniffing around. It's just nuts. It's just never ending. And you go to bed and you wonder why you can't. You got to lay halfway out the bed because you got a bellyache. Who else has been in them positions over the festive period, guys? Because it's nuts. Jesus. And then you start looking at yourself and thinking, why does the clothes not fit that I ordered? And I wasn't large before. And after this Christmas festive period, I'm now XL minimum, maybe a double XL in certain areas. And the food has ruined my my wardrobe that I built for this Christmas period. It's just a joke. The chocolate biscuits, you can't. I don't care what anyone says. They're unbeatable. They're unbeatable. The digestive chocolate biscuits do not get beat because you can eat them multiple ways. You can dunk them, you can suck the chocolate off of them, or you can just straight chew them and bang them out when you're really hungry. Oh, it's mad. It's mad. Who does the chopped up fruit as well? Oh, the cheese board's the winner, and it? Cheese board and a bit of pickle. I like piccalilli. I don't do pickle. Anyone else do piccalilli? Just seen bourbon creams. Leave it out, man. They can't even chat to the digestive chocolate biscuits. You can't talk. You can't bring them types of biscuits. It's just. Can we get in the chat? Maybe get in the next video we do. I want it in the comments. Best biscuits in the game. I'm going chocolate digestives, and I'm going closely followed by shortbreads. Oh, shortbreads, phenomenal. Just seen the Belfast Man United therapy. Get on the Baileys and some whiskey Rio. No, Baileys only comes out Christmas Eve when I'm wrapping presents. That's when the Baileys comes out every year. Bit of Baileys. Probably do a bottle every Christmas Eve. Bottle and a bit. It's lovely. Custard creams are up there. When you're hungry, custard creams you can bang 3 or 4 in quick succession and just smash them through. It's nice. They're nice. They ain't top though. They ain't the top dogs. Shortbreads, man. Unbelievable shortbreads when you're hungry. But chocolate digestives, chocolate hobnobs stick around your teeth too much. Too much hassle. It's like what's it's too much fingering about your mouth afterwards to get all the rubbish out in it. Don't need that. But guys, we're fifth place, man. GG Man United just like brought it back, reined it in. We're fifth place for 24 hours at least. Yeah, we are. But we're in and around. We're in and amongst it. That's what I like. This time last year, we were nowhere near it, miles off it. But there's still stuff to do. The manager's still got to build a squad, you know. I think we've still got to allow him the time to build a squad. I think there's an improvement on last year. I think that's what we asked this year. What do we want this year? We want a really good improvement on last year. Yes, in position. but also you want to see some signs in the team. And I think a goalkeeper is showing some good signs. Martinez back yet, albeit one game, but one game and a clean sheet straight away. If he can stay fit, who knows what we can do there. De Ligt has been really good, improved this year. Heaven's now coming in and doing well. I think Lenioro's had a bit of a dip at the moment, but I think he'll come good, no worries for me. Dorgu's improving. And again, there's certain players in his team. I'm not saying they're going to be they're the ones that are going to be the ones that win us a league at some point. But we've got to have the right players to get us through this moment, this spell, this time in the cycle. And I think we've got some players, I think, who can get us to a steady level and steady the ship at this point. And then you start building the X Factor pieces on top of that in time. But you've got to show that solidarity for a sustained period of time first before you can start thinking like that. Really pleased for Heaven, I've got to be honest here. Ayden Heaven, really pleased. Most clearances this game, 8 clearances. Zirkzee was dominant in the box, very solid. Again, these young defenders, man, it's about consistency. I think there's a lot of young defenders who can go and put in a performance and you go, whoa, that looks good. Can you do it for 5 games, 10 games, 15, 20 games? That's the difference. That's the key, guys. That's the key. Ayden Heaven's gone and won 100% of his duels today. Yeah? And completed 95% of his passes in the first half. This is what it was. They were the stats for the first half. But can you do that for a whole game? Can you then go and do that for 5 games? Then can you do it for 10, then 15? You've got to build up. You've got to put that all in the bank. You've got to keep putting performances in like that in the bank. That's the problem for young players. It's consistency. And that comes with age. It comes with minutes on the pitch. It comes with time on the pitch. And they need that exposure. But well done. I've got to say, guys, I'm going to finish up the live now. That's well done. You've got to give the manager credit when it's due. Made a couple of substitutions that everyone's eyebrows were raised and going, what's going on there? But clean sheet, 3 points at home in the festive period at Old Trafford against Newcastle. Job done, guys, and very, very happy with that. So I'm going to go. I'm going to love you and leave you guys. I really appreciate you coming on. And yeah, man, I'll catch up with you soon. But listen, if you haven't checked out the Bruno Fernandes interview on Rio Meets, get onto the YouTube channel and make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, guys, because there's a lot of you watching and you don't subscribe, and it's out of order. I've got to say, guys, we're putting in that work for you lot. Yeah, we're putting in the work for the community, and we need you guys to hit the subscription button because there's going to be a few things that happen soon. And if you're not a subscriber, you are going to miss out. That's just a warning to you right now. That if you're not subscribing to the station, you're going to miss out because there's going to be a few things that are exclusive for people that are subscribing. All right? So bear that in mind when you're looking at and watching videos and you're liking them and you're enjoying them. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. All right? Guys, I love you and leave you. Thank you very much. And take care, man. I'm going to get to bed because it's quite late where I am compared to anywhere you guys I'm sure are in the world, but it's late where I am. So I'm going to get some sleep. And you know what I'm doing first thing in the morning, guys? I'm getting back to work. Gym. Back in the gym tomorrow. All right? After all that biscuit talk, booze talk, loads of food talk, the gym is calling me tomorrow at 8:30. Kaisi and all the crew, good night. God bless.